I don't know about you, but I love the found footage subgenre of horror. It is admittedly hit and miss, but I love the idea and it has been executed really well. This week I watched three found footage horror films for the first time, and I wanted to review them and let you know if I think they're worth it. So like and follow for more. What's an underrated found footage horror film that you enjoy? Butterfly Kisses from 2018 is more of a mockumentary, similar in vein to Savage Land, like Mungo, The Tunnel, movies like that. It follows a struggling film director who is piecing together the footage of two film students who disappeared while trying to discover the truth about a legend called the Peeping Tom. And if you can stare down a certain tunnel for an hour without blinking, he will appear and follow you. And he gets closer every time you blink. In horror mockumentaries like this, I'm often on the fence about. If the premise is interesting, it can work, but oftentimes I'm left wishing it was simply a found footage horror film without all of the intertwining interviews dispersed throughout. But this story grew on me. I found the legend and design to be kind of goofy at first, but I started to like it more. This wasn't particularly scary to me, but it did get creepier, and the last third of the film was a decent improvement. I was invested. I definitely wouldn't say this is a groundbreaking project, but worth a watch if you are aware of the formula going into it. I heard a lot of good things about this one on TikTok. During World War II, Russian soldiers are tricked into going to a secret lab where deadly contraptions developed by a mad scientist are hunting them down. I found the time period and the setup of this one to be really cool. The designs of these beings were overall well done and intimidating. I don't feel with the budget and editing in places that this film was the most successful building suspense. I think I almost wish this particular story wasn't found footage, which was an interesting thought of mine. It gets gory and intense. I felt a little underwhelmed narratively by the end, but despite some questionable decisions, I was in love with the idea and still like this movie as a whole. A lot of people have been hyping it up on TikTok though, so I would say go for it. It is on a lot of free services. This is by far the lowest budget film of this list. I tried to pick at least one really random, lesser known project to see if we had an underrated gem. I joined a cult, follow Sam, who is trying to discover the dark secrets of a mysterious cult by going undercover and joining it herself. Despite the clearly lacking budget, I honestly was not mad at the camera work and the acting most of the time. The effects aren't great, but that's kind of expected. It's under 80 minutes, so it's a quick watch. I think the limitations made this one less creepy than how it could have been. Narratively, there is a lot of promising story elements, but they just weren't fleshed out enough, in my opinion, to bring it all together. It's not an attempt that angered me. There was some heart here, but the execution ultimately just isn't what it should have been. Amateurish, for sure, but I respect the grind.